Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. So, today we are actually going to be flying the DA42, which we haven't flown, I don't think, ever on this channel. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here. So I've got my Bravo set up here. I'm not really sure how I've configured it, to be honest, but hopefully it's properly configured. I don't have a mid-strat seat, so I just have two throttles, and that's pretty much all I have. But give me 1 second actually. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the camera. Need to configure some stuff here in the background. Okay. So I think we're all set here on the back end. So I do need to check, because I don't think I have anybody on stream right now, well, currently watching the stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look at, come on. Playback speed. So anyway, I think playback speed is fine. So, as I said earlier, DA42 didn't really set up properly for this flight. Just doing a bunch of technical checks in the background, but just praying everything will actually work fine. I did configure my left and right engine throttle axes, so I think those should work. But I need to bring the fuel control, I think, for engine 1 and 2 on. And, well, first let's go ahead and turn on the battery. Where's the battery? Literally don't know where anything is on this plane. Okay, so this is the de-icing panel, these are the alternators. And this is the battery, electric master. It doesn't say battery, it just says electric master. And I'm not really sure what's going on here with the panel interfering. Okay, yeah. So there's interference from the throttle quadrant buttons that are assigned to stuff. So I might have an ice cream, by the way. It's the same one I was having yesterday. Anyway, fuel pumps. I'm trying to remember, see how I would do this. So master for the right engine, and I click on start. I think I have to hold it. Pitot key to off. Did that turn it on? Oh, that worked. master for the left engine. There we go. Both engines are running, and we're gonna make our way over to Kumamoto today. It's gonna be a short flight, but for the next stream we're probably gonna do Kumamoto to RKSI, which is Seoul Incheon on the 737. So looking forward to that one. Maybe Sunday. Not really sure. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe Sunday. Depends on how much free time I have. But yeah. Anyway, I don't think we need the fuel pumps anymore. Let's go ahead and turn on the where's the lights? I cannot find anything. Does anybody know how to fly the DA42? I have no clue how to fly this thing. Well, I've flown it before, but I just don't know where any of the lights are. The lights panel doesn't seem to be like... I can't see it on the pedestal either. There's the flaps. Oh, there we go. It's up here. So taxi light. Turn that one on. Hello, Captain Lee. Welcome aboard. And I'm assuming this one is the landing. Okay, so I see. So taxi position. Let's go ahead and release the brakes. Not really sure where the parking brake thing is. Ah, there we go. Brakes off. And does my second Garmin work? I'm not really sure if I would say it works. Oh, okay, yeah, it works. So, I'm gonna enter the plan. I haven't used the Garmin in forever. Okay, so origin. How would I do this? Hey Rev, welcome. Yeah, I did face cam on the last stream. That's when I inaugurated it. But it's pretty late for you over there, so welcome. How's the delay, by the way? Because last time, on the ground, there was some delay between my face and the actual microphone input, so... Okay, there we go. Alright, I think I know. So, I think... So origin, enter... Fly plane queue to view the previous page? No, we want to enter the origin. Use a smaller scroll wheel to change the letter, the big scroll to change the nuts one. Yeah, I know that part. The part I don't know is how do I actually enter it? Like, I'm scrolling and it doesn't seem to be like letting me. It's not that late. Isn't it like 10? Direct key? Okay. Yeah, veered off the tattooway for a second there. Thanks, Lee. So, what the heck? Why did we stop? Anyway. So, our origin is RJFU. And We're gonna be flying to RJFT. Yeah, I know I could do that. I know. But since I had already started doing that, I was just like, whatever. Same thing. It did exactly what you told me it was gonna do. So, not really sure how much how long our flight's gonna take, but hopefully nothing too crazy. I'm expecting something like 30 minutes, probably 30 minutes flight time. I don't know if that's a realistic expectation. Alright. Let's do intersection departure off of 1-4 here. We really don't need that much runway to take off, so we can just take off from this runway. And then we're gonna have to turn left right away. 15-minute flight sounds about right. This is a really good scenery package, by the way, Lee. Save for the fact that there are no taxi lines. It's alright. Like, the custom runways are definitely really good. It looks like it kind of reminds me of Vertical Sims. Probably stay for this entire flight. Cool. Yeah, it's not gonna be a long flight. I really don't. If I had time for a longer flight, I would have done it. Let's see, flaps. Takeoff. And actually, let's just get the altimeter. We actually didn't request METAR or anything. So RJFU 2994. I forgot. Do you do it with this one? No, it's this top one. No. Which one was it? It's this one, right? Yeah. I had chosen the right one first. No, I literally did. It's literally the same library that my Tokyo scenery had. I have it installed. I know I have it installed. I'm 100% sure I have it installed. It is freeware. I'm gonna assign a view for the window. So Alt 3 for this one, and we'll do Alt 6 for this one. Okay. Okay, so anything else? I think we're good. Turn our pitot heat on. Strobe lights, landing lights, and I think this is my pitot heat. Turn that on. Haven't flown MSFS 2020 for a while. How's it doing now? For me, it's alright. I have had a few crashes over the past like 2 months, inconsistently, and I'm pretty sure all those crashes were due to like an add-on that, you know, I think relatively fixable crashes, nothing too serious, but I would say I recommend using it if you find it stable. Otherwise, just use Xblinks. Like, there's no reason to use MSFS if it's just gonna crash on you the whole time. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, we definitely got that crash taken care of. Yeah, for sure. It had to do with the crew. I'm 100% sure. Definitely right about that, Lee. Gonna lower the desktop audio. Oh, sorry guys, I was messing with Streamlabs settings. Gear up. And let's use a trim wheel here to help us out on the climb. Because I do need to check out Streamlabs. Desktop audio. Okay, yeah, that thing was fine. Really nice departure. We're gonna use our secondary G1000 here, or G3000. I think this is the G3000, right? The G3000 setup, or is this just a double G1000? I don't think this is the G3000. No, I think this is like 2 G1000 displays. Yeah, I need to adjust my sensitivity. I just use like a default for like every aircraft except the crew roll. So I think, if I remember correctly, Garmin screens also give you an ETA. So right now it's telling us 23 minutes. So we're kind of just gonna fly over the city. Is this photogrammetry or autogen? I'd actually be mad impressed if this was autogen. Sorry, photogrammetry. Because Japan's a relatively remote area. I don't honestly expect photogrammetry in Japan. A little bit of a drop in vertical speed due to the flap retraction. Yeah, that's autogen. I thought so. It definitely looks like autogen. Way better than the ones we have in X-Plane though. I'm gonna lower the nose a little bit. Mess with that trim wheel. Lee, do you have the Bravo? Do you happen to have the Bravo throttle quadrant? You're like a real life pilot, like an actual real life pilot. Like, I'm working towards my PPL, but like, I think I'd get more accurate feedback from you regarding this trim wheel, because to me it feels like realistic. But like, what is your actual opinion on this trim wheel? Because it feels and sounds right, but I'm not a real pilot, so you shouldn't really take my word for it. You also can't really adjust the tension of this wheel, if you know what I mean. Like, the actual levers, you can adjust the tension, so it's an irrelevant question for the levers, but the trim wheel, like, I've always wondered, like, does it actually feel like that? Feels nice. $15 minutes. Yeah, that's, you were right about that, ETE. I honestly love the Japan area. So beautiful. I'm gonna do Kumamoto to Seoul on the Zevo 737 for my next stream probably. Because then I'm probably going to do Seoul to LAX or something like that, because I want to go back to domestic US routes, you know. Have you ever had this flavor? The Tonight Stow. I think it's excessive. Like the cookie dough and the brownie on the same exact ice cream, I don't know how I feel about that. Never had it. I don't know, I'm a pretty basic guy. I wouldn't recommend it if you're basic like me, because I don't like mixing a lot of stuff up. Like, that's too much. I like just cookie dough or just brownie. Like, I can't have both of them at the same time. That's too much. I think 3,000 feet is a good point of rest here for our cruising altitude. Might go a little lower if the clouds become a problem. Visual XP? I've never heard of that. I've heard of... Wait, actually, yeah, I think I might have heard of that. But isn't it, like, old? Like... Or are they, like, putting out updates? It's like, to be honest... Go to 4,000, you're going west? Oh, right. You are right. You are correct. Even numbers west, odd numbers east. Like, low-key, VFR in the Microsoft Flight Simulator is so much more fun than it is in X-Plane. Could turn on the autopilot and let it maintain the heading. But yeah, I thought Visual XP was outdated, bro. Like, I feel like I've heard of it. It's such a basic name. We don't want to drop. Let me look it up real quick. It's an add-on for X-Plane. When was it released? Hold on, let me close this up. My camera is probably gonna lag a lot if I keep loading up websites here and there. Cause like, barely have water on this thing. Gotta reload this thing with water. Should just have a jug of water sitting under my desk all the time so that I can just drink water whenever I feel like it. I wonder if there's like prop control here. Oh. Let's drop that altitude. We're going 5,000 now. Let's watch that descent rate though. Increase the range a little bit here. About 9 minutes left of flight time. That looks really good, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about that decision. I mean, I don't know if I would say that X-Plane or no, Laminar Research is gonna get this far with their default clouds. 'Cause just look at that for those clouds look very realistic. And I bet it also includes a lot of customization technology and whatever, which I don't think X-Plane default will ever offer. So I mean, I don't know. If you think it's a good investment, maybe it is. Okay, so with X-Plane 12, would you say that these clouds in MSFS are better or worse than X-Plane 12 clouds? I might have to go with X-Plane 12 clouds, and might look a little bit more realistic now than MSFS. I mean, these clouds are great, but I don't know. I think X-Plane laminar research is slowly starting to catch up with them. There's just a little bit of a weird feeling about these. They look a little too, like, I don't know, like a painting. MSFS are better. I feel like this is the only type of cloud I've seen in MSFS. They don't do like cirrus, scattered. You know what I mean by that, do they? I don't think I've seen that. Because if I were to be right, then X-Plane technically offers a little bit more variety. We're gonna fly straight into this mountain. I think here's where you start setting up, well, I should have determined my approach a while ago. I'll just fly over these mountains, no biggie. Transparency to them, like the real world, I would agree. I don't know why X-Plane clouds are like that. Yeah, I think you're right about the solid white. Look at that. I think Microsoft Flight Simulator has, actually, I wonder how FS 2024 is gonna be. Like, I would love to see a comparison video between FS 2024 release version and this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, that would be amazing. Yeah, you're right. You're right about the transparency, but again, in MSFS, there's really only one type of cloud. As far as I know, there's like barely any variety. That's the only downside. Other than that, you're probably right about that. There's really no way to see through an X-Plane cloud. So that's what makes them so ugly-ish. About 3 minutes left of flight time. Just trying to get close enough to the airfield so that I can see which runway I can take, so I can make my turn around accordingly. What do you mean by 24 was meant to be the first release? Like, what do you mean by that? No, but I mean the type of cloud in MSFS. It all looks the same, but they're scattered, as you say. Let the trim help me out here. Okay, so the runway is... Okay, I think I can work with that. Is that it? I think so. Well, in 24 better be like real life. Because MSFS 2020 gave them like millions of dollars, like a lot more than Laminar will ever make, like ever. They definitely have the budget to make like the best, absolute best in every aspect simulator ever made. They just have to be a little bit more active and listen to the feedback. I hope I'm not confused. I really hope that I'm approaching the right airfield here. About 1,000 feet. Let's maintain 1,000 feet. Yeah, I think this is Fukuoka. Or maybe not. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Flaps. Gear down. What's the landing speed on this thing? We're way too high. Sorry, low. I'll go with like 80 something. I'll go with this. Alright, now we're back on track. Little high. That's okay. Welcome to Kumamoto, I think. Kumamoto Airport. It is early morning in Japan right now, which is what I love about flying in the afternoon, because It's usually early morning in Japan. It's an FBO probably. No, this is a military thing. Wait, can you convert this scenery to explain? This is a good scenery. Look, just look at that tower. The terminal. Can you, like, please convert it? You should honestly just do that with, like, every Japan scenery. Every good Japan freeware in MSFS. Like, look at that. That would be so nice to have an explain. Come on. I'll just park at that hangar all the way down there. Near that hangar, it seems to be an FBO. This is the commercial ramp. Lee, you haven't answered my question. MSFS for your community so good. To be honest, I would say that they might actually have a lot more freeware sceneries than we do. I don't know. I would say that's arguable, but what was the question? Can you convert this scenery for explain? Kumamoto. That would be amazing. I mean, you need permission from the author, but just look at this. Like, come on. Ones with custom models, I would agree with that. That's definitely true. I say that there is literally no point in comparison. Like, there are so many freeware libraries in Explain that people just don't bother modeling anything. But in MSFS, sometimes they really have no options. Wait, you already asked the dev of this scenery? That's crazy. Kinda dumb though. Come on. Yeah, if we had more references, I would definitely make stuff in Japan. But actually, I would imagine that stuff in Japan, there's more references in areas like Japan than in areas like South Korea, because Japan's like, I don't know. That's my guess. It would be great to have this airport in Explain. There's a few good routes out of this airfield, and a lot of Japan 3D is photogrammetry, so there's like actual Google Earth photogrammetry for airports in Japan. Because that's the case, might as well. Alright. So, park. Go ahead and hit the parking brake. And shut down those engines. Okay. Kobe would be an outstanding airport to make an explain. I'll check it out. Just bulk. shut down a lot of stuff here. Battery off. So yeah, that should be all. Welcome to Kumamoto. I always forget the name of the city. But it was a fun flight. Pretty short, but really fun. Hopefully we will be continuing to do some ops around Asia pretty soon. I'm planning to do a Kumamoto to Seoul on the 737. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the outro music, and that should be all for today. So thank you guys for coming along. I really appreciate your guys' time. I will check Discord, Lee, for those airport stuff information. But yeah, I appreciate you guys' time for checking out the stream. And if you guys have any more flight suggestions, please do let me know. And I'll see what I can do. Maybe we'll stream some more around this area if that's what you guys enjoy. But yeah. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.